Presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics Podcast.
Hello and welcome along to episode 76 of the Squared Circle Relics Podcast. I am your lead host this time round, Jamie, back from holiday. Not the holiday Lloydy presented last time round, a much more calmer holiday, but I'm back from a week's holiday and I'm joined this time, of course, by Lloydy, and we have a very special guest. I think we've always referred to this guest as Kgust61. We're going to call him Kevin. Got Never. Kevin, Kgust61, and Lloydy.
He'll always be Kgust to me. I don't care. He always.
Hey guys. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. You know, I listened to that story. I think, Lloydy, you told it on the last episode about Jamie's holiday, and I was curious if we were going to get something similar for Chris for this episode.
Well, let's just say Chris had a slight accident. He walked over a cattle grid with a very large hat.
More on that story later.
No, I jest. He's on. I think he is going away. We've given him the night off, basically. So we'll be
allegedly.
Back. Allegedly, he might come in at some point. We don't know. But ultimately, yeah, we'll be back as a normal three. I think on the next show.
Yeah, next time. I don't think we've got June.
Yeah, God, we're coming up to the 3 years, aren't we?
Yeah, it's an anniversary coming up very soon. Yeah, only a few weeks' time, end of June. So yeah,
that's scary.
Get the party poppers and balloons up.
Jamie, you don't seem to be very tanned, mate. I was expecting, all that time. Hey, look, you had fun on that holiday that I read out, man. You got laid twice.
It's a long holiday, a long time ago.
You know what I mean? You had the best time. You had the best time.
It won't surprise you. I've never seen The Beach. I know you're shocked by that, but I've never seen the film. So
well, it's because you're younger, aren't you? You didn't grow up in that time that it came out.
Well, I did, but I was more into kind of 11-year-old things, I guess.
11-year-old thing. So, you weren't a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio running around.
It wasn't on my radar then. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
have you actually watched it since though?
No, never seen it.
But you haven't even seen it after the story happened. Nothing.
No, nothing. No, not at all.
Kevin, the funniest thing about it all is that when he actually did listen to that back, because obviously he actually does the technical bits of the show. When he did listen to that back, he was like, I was getting like confused about what it was and stuff like that. But Chris on the messages was like, shouldn't have made that map, Jamie.
Shouldn't have done that.
He was carrying it on. It was very funny.
But I'm safe this time, so it's all
okay. That's cool.
So yeah, we've got a sort of a slim card news, but obviously we're going to spend a lot of time talking to Kgust61 about lots of things all related to cards and what he's doing in a minute. But before we get into all the usual bits and pieces, boys, how are you both doing? First of all, how are you doing? All right.
Go on, Kevin. What have you been up to?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. This spring has been very busy. Actually, this entire year has been very busy for me. I'm a coach for my daughters. I have four daughters, all girls, no boys, and I have two sisters, no brothers. There's a lot of ladies in my life, and
you're outnumbered as I am in my house.
Yeah, severely outnumbered. But I've been coaching their teams, and that takes a lot of time in the spring. They actually have 3 teams I'm the coach for, soccer, football for you guys, and t-ball, softball, like baseball, American baseball. So 3 teams. It's like 6 days a week. We either have practice or a game. It's just been crazy. So, but yeah, I had a day off today. I was telling you guys we've had a lot of rain on the East Coast, United States. This week, so there's been a lot of cancellations, and I was a comedian who said like nothing's better than when like something that you have to do gets canceled and you can have a little bit of downtime. So yeah, it was good week for downtime, but yeah, good week for me.
Whereabouts on the East Coast? So are you right on the East Coast?
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey. Yeah, I'm in New Jersey,
okay.
Right on the East Coast here. Yeah.
Nice.
And what about you, Lloydy? How have you gotten this week? All right.
I'm not in Jersey. I can tell you that now.
No.
No, fuming, to be honest. I had to... the majority of my day has been going back to the opticians again, because the last time I went to the opticians, I knew it wasn't a good one. Like I've had bad eyes, let's just say that, since I was a child. I wear contact lenses. I have done for 20 years. And when I went to the opticians, I knew that it was bad. She was literally going, is it better with 1 or 2? Normally, they say 1, 2, or not much difference. She was just going, is it better with 1 or 2? And I was like, they both look the same. And then it happened again, it happened again, it happened again. And she got to a point where it's like, you have to pick one. And I'm like, well, if they're both blurry as fuck, what do you want me to say? And so I was getting really narky. I know it wasn't going well. Like I just didn't. It didn't bode well. Basically, I knew as soon as I got out there, I was like, it's the worst test I've ever had in my life. So they sent me through the contact lenses and put them in my eyes, and it felt like my eyes were independent of each other.
No way.
So I've had to go back to the opticians today. Didn't have the same one. I had a different person entirely, and I think I had a good one this time. So hopefully when they reissue them this week at some point, I'll get some contact lenses that I can actually see out of this time.
Jeez,
So,
how
mate, I
thick
was
are these
fuming.
contact lenses then? Are they really chunky at this point?
No, like I don't know what she did, but I think she changed it so, like, as soon as I put them in, I started to panic because I knew that they weren't right. You know what I mean? Like, everything is just not right in the world.
Yeah.
So I really, if I can never have her again as an optician, that'd be great. The thing is, it's weird, right? If you talk about like opticians and stuff like that, I only see an optician every 2 years. And so I never see the same optician. Sometimes it's a man, sometimes it's a woman. It's always different with regarding who I see. I've never had one I've ever gone back to twice. But like, the thing is, like, doctors wise over here, I don't know if it's the same with you, Kgust61, but like doctors in the UK, we're given a doctor and you never see that doctor. That doctor is like, if you were to book an appointment, you wouldn't get an appointment with that doctor. You'd get it with whoever's available. So the point of having a doctor in the UK is just like null and void. I know my doctor is called Godagama, like his surname's Godagama. I don't know what his first name is. And I know that there's a family of Godagamas in my surgery, but I have no idea what his first name is. Which is annoying because sometimes people go, oh, what's your doctor's name? I'm like, I haven't got a clue. Okay. But as well as dentists. Dentists are starting to annoy me as well. I just had
dentists.
Well, I've paid. So I had the same dentist for like 30 years, amazingly, right? And then she retired, and then since then I've just gone from dentist to dentist to dentist. Recently, I just had another thing saying a dentist who I've had for 2 checkups. He's now leaving, and I'm getting another one next time. So I'm getting a bit fed up of these services that we have to.
No, we pay for every month.
We pay for. We have to. I mean, I pay privately for the eyes. I pay privately. I said the eyes you have to pay privately. I pay privately for the dentist. I don't for healthcare because we've got the NHS. But I could theoretically go through Bupa. But it's just starting to annoy me, like the level of care. Every time I seem to go to any people at the minute, they always just start from like the first step.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, there's no continuity with regarding care at the minute. Sorry, I'm venting somewhat, but you know what I mean? It's
I mean, this could be a good coffee break topic at some point.
It is, but that's generally where my head is at the minute with services. I know it's all private over there, Kevin. It's you pay for the nose over in the States, but over here at least we get healthcare free-ish.
That's
we
nice.
Still pay for it.
Yeah, we pay. It's through insurance, through work or my wife's work. We could have insurance coverage that enables it. But they keep changing the plans too every year with my company, my wife's company, and then like we have to find a new one like almost annually, and that it becomes quite a challenge because a lot of doctors over here, at least in my area, they're not taking new patients. So like if we fall out of a plan and we need to try to find somebody else, it's kind of hard. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, painful.
Well, I won't give you our sub story, but just basically, as we lost our dentist, we went on a waiting list for another GP and another dentist, and we went there for how's our waiting list going? Oh, you're still 360 in the queue to get on the list. It's been like 3 years, so we're we're getting desperate. So anyway, it is what it is. But let's move on to wrestling-y type thing. So, I mean, it's been a busy.
I told you, Kevin. When you come here, we talk like the most mundane stuff, man.
Go on tangents.
Life shit that happens.
It's good to talk.
It's the minutiae of life that really irks us, right? And that's why we're here.
Yeah, I've been listening to you guys a lot over the last few months since like you kind of first mentioned my stuff and reached out to me. So like I listened to you guys and actually one of my daughters is in college and I have to drive like 3.5 hours to go and see her or to pick her up or whatever. So I've been listening to you guys on those drives. One drive in particular, I want to thank you guys. It helped me get through. It was a late night coming back, and I was listening to you guys, and it really helped me get through the drive. So thank you guys for what you do. It's got me through some long drives, I tell you.
Well, I would say what might be an idea. I might have to hit you up for a little something else, Kevin, at some point. I'll keep in touch with that. But yeah, hold that thought about long car journeys anyway.
Okay.
So in the world of wrestling, obviously we've had a busy few weeks. I think first of all we can't really go on the show without talking about the sad passing of Sabu. Was it this past weekend? Wasn't it passing of Sabu? Bit of a shock to obviously lots of people over WrestleMania weekend. Obviously, still doing matches, being involved in WrestleCon, and people saying he was in I say relatively good health, but obviously Sabu being Sabu, but a bit of a shock for the wrestling world really. And obviously, we've seen cards go up and down, but. I mean, you guys, were you fans of Sabu in general, or?
Go on, Kev.
Yeah, I respected what he did, on the extreme side. Definitely a bit of a trailblazer there, so I do appreciate like all that work that he did there. I'm kind of bummed about it actually because I did like a an autograph kind of series. I think you guys maybe have seen some of those cards. Where I was able to like connect with a few legends. I never got the opportunity to connect with Sabu, and that kind of bummed me out that now he's passed and that opportunity is out the window. But I'm thinking about maybe including him in an upcoming set just as a tribute.
Nice, that's a really nice touch. What about you, Lloyd? Have you ever been a fan of Sabu? Or?
Well, I was. Yeah, I mean, you've got your story, but I was there. I actually bought one of those chairs, and we'll get to it in a second. But I mean, I'm not surprised that he's passed. I think he's been in ill health for a long time, and there's no getting away from it. He's known for lots of drug use and stuff like that. So, as well as many wrestlers have passed early, so I'm not really that shocked about it. I'm shocked more so that. He only wrestled his last match a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago.
Yeah, and
then now he's gone. But I am quite surprised he reached it to 60. To be honest, being really open and honest. But I loved his work. I enjoyed his work. I think it's. I once saw him stab Jimmy Havoc in the eye with a pick. That made me laugh. But yeah, I mean, like my story with him is obviously I had a picture with him. I'll share it on social medias at some point. And then he just whispered in my ear, "Have you got any marijuana?" He said, "Have you got any weed?" He said, and I scolded him like a naughty boy. No, Sabu, no, bad Sabu, and walked off. So yeah, that was my story of Sabu. I saw him wrestle once, and I've seen him stabbed Jimmy Havoc in the eye. So that's good memories. Memories.
Where was that for? Was that for Progress?
No. So I saw him wrestle for Southside.
Yeah, okay.
And I saw him stab him in the eye for IPW.
Okay.
So Milton Keynes.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of done that kind of UK tour. Obviously, we had this peak of like this UK boom and like those people flying over the place, wasn't there? But yeah, I saw Sabu at Southside, and obviously he went up to do
St. Neots, right?
I saw him at Huntingdon.
That's where it was. Yeah, I was there. I bought one of his. Like, go on, do your chair story.
No, that's all right.
Go on, you know what it is. Go on.
No. I was going to say I got into the Sabu train quite late. I kind of obviously missed the ECW part. So my first exposure to Sabu was like that TNA era, that sort of 04, 05 era, and then going into like WWE, ECW, and I'd only kind of seen clips of Sabu.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, it is surreal how much like, you know, putting Cena through an announce table is such a surreal thing being done by Sabu, you know, so very strange kind of period in wrestling. But no, I was obviously by 2014, obviously I'd kind of gone back and watched a lot of Sabu, and I was really quite buzzing that he was coming to like 10 minutes away from us in like this tiny little venue. But he was booked in a fatal 4-way, and it was like obviously, you know, Monsters Ball type, Extreme Rules type stuff. But I went for lunch beforehand and went to sit in Subway, and I ordered myself a sub, sat at the window, and I saw this bloke walk past in a full headgear and like shiny pants and like just a t-shirt on. Well, I thought, fuck, that's Sabu walking past there. And I just carried on eating, thought, that's a bit random. And then walked back the other way, come back with 3 steel chairs and walking back with a load of stuff. Coming up, and you think this is such a surreal moment that he's just walking past, you know, my little local Subway. And then went in, and I obviously got an autograph, and I paid £3 for an autograph, and you just think it just seems mad. You know? But you know, it's I don't know, it's those kind of moments that you kind of think that time period for like UK wrestling fans, and just like seeing these people in the flesh, it was just so surreal. And I'll never forget kind of like these off the wall kind of interactions with people, you know, like you said, like your story with him. Like it just makes you chuckle really that these things actually happened at this point, you know.
No, I get it.
So but yeah, rest in peace, Sabu, and I'm sure we're gonna maybe get some more bits and pieces, you know, cards and legend cards, you know, at some point from someone, but we'll see what happens there. But we're talking about more obviously up-to-date WWE side of things. Backlash this past weekend. I haven't actually seen Backlash, but I've seen sort of mixed reviews of it. Have you boys both seen Backlash or bits of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it as well. Yeah, it was an okay show. I mean, like the PLEs these days they're called, aren't they? Still call them pay-per-views. But I like the formats of them, shorter shows. But yeah, I mean, I think it was quite predictable that there wasn't going to be many shocks, to be honest. So it was a nice show. I'm glad Jeff Cobb has come into it now. It feels weird that it's not Hikuleo, because where is Hikuleo? He did get signed for WWE? I'm sure he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was supposed to come over earlier, wasn't he? But he hasn't appeared yet.
But it's been like a year and a half.
Been a long time, yeah.
And he's actually part of the bloodline. Like Jeff Cobb is Jeff. My name's Jeff. My name's JC Mateo. Yeah, like I don't understand that, to be honest. But it was a good show. It just kind of felt like a post-Mania. Like, these are our champions now. This is where we're going with it. But that's what Backlash always generally used to be.
Been. Exactly, yeah.
So I don't think it was like fine to skip it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you're going to miss much. The whole John Cena stuff is like every match now is some kind of just some interference. Nothing's clean. Like, it's not going to be clean. It just feels really strange. It feels really like, I mean, how do you say it? Like, he seems tormented that he wants the fans to still love him, and that's where the angles that's going with it. But it's like, why do this in the first place? Especially with The Rock, like, just no showing now. It's like there's no storyline to it anymore, other than he's got the belt. He's going to hold it for some time, drop it at some point this year, obviously. But I just don't know. There's a big part of me that doesn't enjoy what's happening at the minute because it just hasn't gone anywhere. If there was a bigger storyline at like a really interesting storyline about it, as WWE have done really well over the last 4 years, let's look at the Bloodline storyline. I think it would be really good. I don't know, it just feels flat. What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, do you think it's maybe a little bit because Cody's not around? I think that like with him dropping the belt, and obviously taking a little bit of break now, that maybe when he comes back, that'll be the storyline. I think that they're gonna bring in. Maybe that's what I'm kind of thinking. But to comment on the show overall, actually, I really enjoyed the first 3 matches. When I think back on it, like the Fatal 4-Way, even Lyra and Becky, I thought was pretty entertaining, and Dom and Penta was entertaining too, at least for me. And then from there on, it kind of went downhill a little bit. But what are your thoughts on the Gunther Pat McAfee thing? Like that match and like that whole angle storyline.
I mean, like at the end of the day, it was a good match. I think Pat did really well considering he's not a full-time wrestler. I think he's very entertaining. I think his skills are not too bad at all. But you can't put a guy like that in with Gunther or Walter. It's just not gonna go anywhere else other than a bit of a beatdown. I think it would have been better personally if it was just a squash match.
Yeah.
And it just absolutely leathered him.
Yeah.
And then watch Michael Cole just crying and screaming for it to stop. And there's Gunther just absolutely wrecking him to like make it really bloody, like go back old school, really bloody everywhere. I think it would have worked better to get Gunther back over as a heel, get him back to Jey Uso, to be honest. But that's just me.
I did wonder, because obviously Pat was back on TV, wasn't he, quite quickly? I thought this was going to be like his write-off to go and do whatever he needs to do, obviously, for football or whatever. And I thought this was going to be, like you said, this big squash, send him off on a stretch, and then you see him for the Rumble or something, But, he kind of made a bit more back and forth as such, really, didn't you? But, I mean, the other thing as well is, like, with Gunther, I guess he's kind of... I do feel it's probably quite a bit of a holding pattern thing. Like, there's not new storylines coming in just yet. People are kind of just treading water a little bit. And I wonder if that's kind of where we are with Gunther, because there's still not much going for them at the minute, is there, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of his. I really like him a lot. So it's like, it's hard for me to see the direction it's gone in with him, because he was dominating the WWE through his Intercontinental run, and then obviously becoming the champ as well. And I was like, I was enjoying it. And now like he drops the belt to Jey Uso, which is fine. But now he's wrestling Pat McAfee at a premium live event or whatever. I want to see more from him. I'd like to see maybe him go against. I think maybe like Penta would be a good like matchup or something like that would be good for him. But like, I want to see more of that. I don't want to see the other thing that gets me, and I just share with you guys too, is that obviously they just had all those releases, and then you have like Pat McAfee in wrestling Gunther, and it's like this is the best we can do.
Yeah. Can you imagine, Kevin? I'll put this to you. Best Gunther, it against Penta, great match. But can you imagine Ilya Dragunov against Penta?
Oh, yeah. When's he coming back? That'd be good.
Can you imagine how much of a slogfest that would be, man? That would be so
That'd be
good.
entertaining. Really entertaining.
Yeah, we wait. But, Gunther is a bit of a bad word in my household. So there is a story. So I took the missus to see wrestling in Wolverhampton.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like it's near Birmingham. So it's north of us. And then I took him to see Jamie. You'll remember this the Schadenfreude group, with like Chris Brooks's team, and it had Walter in it, Gunter.
Yeah.
And they were using, the one piece turnbuckle pads that they have in Japan. Yeah, but so Gunter ripped one of those off and he kicked it into the crowd, but it went right under the bottom rope. It flew into the crowd. We were about 5 rows back, and it went straight in my missus's face.
No!
I tried to get the hand up, but it just wasn't quick enough. She was fuming. And to this day, it's like she just like he'll be coming like down the ramp or something like that. She'll look up and just go knob. So yeah, he's not. I think I have one of his signed cards in my collection, but I can't. And I think I think that's about it. To be honest, I'm not allowed to have him in my collection.
I've never heard that story before.
No, I heard that one before. Yeah.
Oh dear. I have the same.
She didn't take a dive like the lady at WrestleMania then.
Oh yeah, no, right, about 7 hours later. My neck.
It's some Wolverhampton comps.
Yeah. Oh no, she was fuming. But like the thing is, like Jamie, you've seen my missus. She's quite a small girl, right? And she's just, it really did like went straight in her face. Like it wasn't like full pad that way. It was the end of it. You know what I mean? The boxy bit at the end, and it went straight into her face. I was like, oh god. I was like, that's my wrestling experience with my wife done, and it has been since. So there you go. Never mind.
I every time we see Aleister Black on TV or anyone like that, I would say so. I've had he's been in your Mini, he's been in the passenger seat of your Mini, or like Michael Elgin whatever happened with Michael Elgin was like, he's been in your seat of your car. And it's just
I was gutted about Michael Elgin being on the naughty list, to be honest.
Yeah,
I never mind Elgin, to be honest. And then when he went, I liked his buckle bombs. But when he's gone on the naughty step, more of that, Kgust. We'll talk about the naughty step wrestlers later on. I think it'd be quite fun if you did a set.
So let's move on from other bits. And so obviously Backlash has gone through. We're in this big holding pattern now of pay-per-views. We've got Turn Up's main event coming up, if you can call it a PLE, which I guess technically it is. Night Champions and Money in the Bank and all that leading up. So lots and lots going on with WWE. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's talk about sort of people's sidelines. Lots of sideline things going on over the last few weeks. We'll start things off with Mercedes Moné announcing her text line. $100 a month, $99 a month. You get her personal telephone number. You can then WhatsApp her and ask her any questions you want for $100 a month. First question is this actually going to be Mercedes Moné or a chatbot? And how many people have parted with their money? And have you boys parted with $100 a month?
Kevin, have you gone down that alley with Monet?
No, I can't say that I did or will. It does. I think you're right, Jamie, that it's probably going to be not her that you're going to be conversing with. Probably some sort of AI. So yeah, no, and I don't think I would anyway. I don't think I have a need to be in direct communication with her. So I got enough going on in my life. Yeah,
you got enough women in your life as it is, man.
Right. That's right. I don't need to add another one in.
No, I mean, like, it's ridiculous, isn't it? And at least it's given us one good clip with Becky going
doing the rounds,
saying that Bailey's confused. She doesn't know whether or not to pay $100 a month to text her best friend or not. But I think it's mad. Jamie, you did make me laugh though. So Jamie did say, as soon as this happened, Jamie said, well, at least if we did text her, we could find out whether or not the flagship that she did in 2021 for Tops was her or her sister's autograph. Jamie, well done, well played.
Oh,
that was a very good. That was very good.
I do like with these things, like if it is an AI chatbot, obviously she's had to have fed all these questions or answers into it. Like you imagine her just sitting there thinking, what's the top 20 things people will ask me? And it's going to be like all the mundane, usual crap that she probably gets asked at every convention. And the rest of it is just going to be people sort of asking just random shit, you know?
Probably a sister.
Yeah, it probably is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, but anyway, yeah. If you've got $100 spare a month and you're a fan of Mercedes, then you can get that WhatsApp number and away you go. And
it sounds like something that would happen in America in the 1980s. Like, phone this number and then talk to a wrestler.
Like the WCW hotline,
yeah,
live
like
wire.
that. Yeah, it's just, I don't know whether it exists today, especially with OnlyFans and stuff like that gets the money generation going. I mean, we could talk about Cora Jade with that.
Yeah, let's do that nice little segue. Let's move into that then, yeah. So talking about premium services, there's another type of premium service. Obviously, with the WWE releases, people find a way of making money. Cora Jade, she is now opened up her OnlyFans page. Again, you can spend as much money as you wish. Same question again. How much money do you reckon she's going to be earning from this going forward? I think she's going to be very, very rich, I think, from trying to do this.
Yeah. All depends on what she does, but yeah, I imagine so. What was her name? Elena?
What's her Mandy Rose type of income earning? I think she'll get maybe not as high as that, but yeah, I think she's very popular. I think people will want to pay. I won't, but I think that people will want to be part of that and see what's up there, at least from a curiosity standpoint. But I know, like, once things are out, people will be talking about it more, and then people will know. But yeah, those types of things are not for me, guys. Like I said, I got enough ladies in my life, so that's yeah.
I won't either, Kevin.
No,
sorry, I got nervous twitch in my eye. All of a sudden.
Must be them contacts.
Yeah, it must be the contacts. I'll send pictures, don't worry.
You need to get that. Oh dear. I don't think this is going to be a permanent thing. I think because she's NXT, obviously they only get 30 days non-compete, so I think she's probably going to do it for the month, rake in that month's salary that she isn't earning, then we'll probably see her.
She'll probably do it for a month and get injured again.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't think she's going to be doing too long. But, I mean, where can you see her ending up long term? Can you see her doing, like, AEW, or can you see her doing TNA sort of stuff? Or do you think she'll end up at the Fed at some point?
Married 3 times.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, probably. Lots of kids. I don't know. In life, you mean, or just...
No, just in general. Do you think she's done? Do you think that's it? No one will probably...
I don't. With all the, like, when the releases happened, you could be like, oh, Dakota Kai, she's going to go to AEW. Like, that's like a lock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
When it comes to Cora, I don't know. With TNA being basically another feeder for WWE now, and the only real option is AEW. With, I don't know if she would go to AEW, to be honest.
No. I think if she wants that doorway back in, I think TNA might be the better option. But yeah, we'll see what happens. What about you, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I think like Lloydy said, I think that, like, if she's going to be at TNA, they could have just had her go and be part of that, and she's already been on TNA, right? I think as part of her NXT work. So I think that, I mean, she could probably go to either place. I think she will continue to wrestle, though. I don't think she's just gonna again take the Mandy Rose route and just stay on OnlyFans. But I think that she'll go back to wrestling. I hope she does. I actually was enjoying what she was doing since she had come back from that last injury. I thought that they did a good job of marketing her to be maybe a little bit tougher than she was before she was injured. When she was, like the skater girl persona, I didn't feel like she was overly tough. So then when she came back, she definitely had like a mean streak to her, and I was liking what I was seeing. So I was really surprised that she was part of the releases, and I hope that she does pick up at one of these other promotions, because I still think she's in Rising Stars 23. So I still think that she's a rising star. I think that she's got that star quality. So hopefully she'll carry on.
It was surprising though, because like I say, she's still very new into her career, but there's still a lot of people offloading their PCs of her. I was surprised that people were already thinking, like cashing out, which is mad, really.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Too early.
I think it's. I can see why they're doing it, just because there's no guarantee that she's gonna be back anytime soon. Or I think with that injury that she had, people are worried, and I think it came across as, she's not going to be 100% again. She's not going to fulfill her full potential, etc. So I can see why people. A lot of wrestling collecting at the minute is the latest and greatest as well, and a lot of hope went out of Cora when she was out for like a year, right?
Yeah.
So people started reinvesting, and now she's gone. It's like, oh god. So I can see why people are doing it, but it's up to the people.
Of course it is. So just surprising people offloading the whole lot. You think, man, but it is what it is. But I guess just some final little bits of kind of news in the wrestling world. Lloydy, I think you brought it to my attention more than anything. So MJF was mentioned quite heavily in the Jarrett pod, his My World pod, saying that he works for himself. He's shooting against himself, and I guess Lloydy going into a bit more detail.
Yeah, I mean, he just basically, it was really strange actually the way it was mentioned, because it was kind of like a reaction to what his group in AEW is happening to them. And this was like from the 29th of April, this pod got dropped. It's Jarrett's personal podcast.
My World.
Yeah, My World. And so he was talking about that, and then he just basically went in, because he did some stuff with MJF, but he just went really heavily into MJF. Now, I'm not a sympathiser for MJF. I've got a lot of his cards recently, not to PC him, but just to get a few of his cards, and I hit his autograph as well. But it's just really strange that how, like, he was basically saying that MJF took what they were trying to do into the mud, into the gutter, and he didn't want to do that. MJF is out for himself, he's very selfish, etc. I was talking about it with Matt on the ATP chat a bit afterwards, and it was just really strange the way it was done, because like Jarrett was saying that he's the veteran, he should know better about all of these things and stuff like that, and he takes it a bit of responsibility on his side. But I'm like, with you saying these things, you either have a problem with MJF, which you're now verbally saying it on your podcast, which then now means you're probably going to have even more stuff to deal with MJF, and it's probably going to piss off AEW as well, because you're talking negatively about one of their top stars, etc. They might love it, I don't know. The only other thing is, it's the Fabes, and they're just... But why would he be doing it if it is Fabes to give more rub onto MJF to being the heel? We all know he's a heel, and that's... So it doesn't make any sense why he's doing it, and it just comes off as very contradictory, hypocritical, and selfish of himself for doing it. But I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I love Double J. I just thought it was a very strange thing that's happened.
Well, they have actually clipped that and actually sent it
it's
on
content
shorts
for his
now,
podcast,
so,
right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've clipped it and shorted it on YouTube and all sorts. So it's not like they obviously have tried to avoid that either. Like, they've actually made an effort to make it kind of trend a bit more. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you're saying, like, obviously with Jarrett's group, there is that element. Obviously, there's a few of them. MJF's just been accepted into the Hurt business as such, so you got your kind of 4-on-4. So if there is potential there that you could do something all in, come back round to Jarrett and MJF and the Hurt business and stuff, maybe it is a bit of a work, but yeah, interesting little vent. I guess it wasn't it? A bit of a vent for him. So
it was a vent, but I just don't understand it.
No,
it's just really strange.
And then last thing in your kind of wrestling news, this is kind of a bit of a minor note that kind of slipped through earlier in the week, that Jazz was spotted working at the Performance Center. So there was pictures of her doing some kind of stuff down in the PC. So just a kind of open topic, really. Do you think this could be the sign that we could start seeing Jazz a bit more down there, maybe sign a Legends contract? have some Jazz cards. We haven't seen any stuff from Jazz in a very, very long time. So yeah, what do you boys think of this? And do you think she could be a good person to have down the PC?
Kevin?
Yeah, it's a good thought. I think that's very likely. If there's a relationship that is getting started, here in actual training, that could be the next step, logical next step there. Have you guys been watching the LFG, the Legends and Future Greats, the NXT development show that they've had on TV here?
No, we haven't had it over here.
No, I've seen kind of clips, but I've not seen much about it really.
We have mentioned it on the show with the big girl. It was her name Brittany? Bailey Humphrey. Yeah, she was quite ferocious. Yeah,
she's quite an interesting talent. I think going to be something to watch out for in the future. Maybe rising star. You never can tell. For her. But I've been kind of watching it, and like I got my wife interested in it because there's a little bit of that like reality element. So like she's sitting and watching it with me as well. But I just was curious. I didn't mean to change topics on you, but because it's been something that I've been tracking and watching.
Yeah, no, you're good. No, just I do wonder, like I say, if we may see Jazz crop up on these, like say LFGs, or we see a couple of NXT at some point. I mean, Jazz has kind of been even NWA, and she's done some AEW stuff, so she does kind of work around a bit. But maybe do something a bit more permanent. I don't know,
mate. If you listen to this show, that'd be cool. Tangents is what we do, so we love a tangent. If you ever want to talk about Sean Bean at any time, feel free. This is what we're here for. But yeah, Jazz has not been on my radar for a long period of time. She's up there with Rodney Mack for me, of the people I don't think about when I go to sleep. So like cool, but yeah, she was never a big part of my wrestling life cycle. Let's just say that.
Well, I guess it's that cool period. But yeah, fine. So let's move on to actual card news then. So we've been a little bit light on card news, and we've always said that, we've always got so much card news. How do we get so much stuff? It's actually a little bit quieter this week, so we can probably go through this quite quickly. But
bloody typical. Every time it's your week, you get nothing, and me and Chris get absolutely frigging bombarded with stuff.
Same with the AEW releases. It never.
Is it always the way? It's always the way, man.
So, I mean, just really quickly, I didn't put this on the notes, but I have been keeping an eye out. Tops Now. We haven't had any Backlash Tops Now stuff as of yet, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't see anything on the website.
Yeah, I haven't seen any.
I'm sure we got Slam.
Yeah, but we haven't seen it physical. I haven't seen any previews go up or any pre-orders. No.
We got 2 for Slam, though. That's weird.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. So I was just wondering if there's a reason behind that. I don't know if we're waiting on something or but you're right, there is definitely something in Slam. So it's a bit of an interesting note there. When it does come to physical WWE stuff as well, so Chrome Redemptions are starting to ship. Some big names actually being shipped as well. So we've seen Triple H, from people are getting their redemptions of Triple H. I think there's obviously some Cena ones as well, and I've seen obviously some others as well. But yeah, Topps Chrome Redemptions coming through very, very quickly. So that's quite reassuring, to be honest.
Yeah, they've seen a celebration out of 10 cards. I mean, the Cena celebrations are hard to get, and more of my purchases later on. But to get the redemption out of 10 autographed version of it is insane. I never saw them pulled at all throughout the product. But yeah, the Triple H cards, the Undertaker cards are coming out as well. It's a
I saw that too.
Real big ones coming out, so good times.
I saw the Undertaker 5 gets put up for sale in a Facebook group, and not the red, and it looks really, really nice. So good times and good signs of that.
It does make me laugh. Like Cena's been around. Cena's been around since Topps have been signing. Trips is always around because he's the man.
Yeah,
and then Taker, I don't think he can't walk that far anyway, so he's around, bad knees and everything. So why did they I don't get why they had to do the redemptions of them in the first place. Personally, I mean they caught up with The Rock, for Christ's sakes. They couldn't pin Triple H down for a second. I don't know.
I mean, they've definitely had someone down at WrestleMania, haven't they? And they said, like, while you're here, can you do this? Because I've noticed as well, obviously, Panini are ramping up some redemptions as well. They started putting out redemptions for old product, and we didn't think we would ever get those. Talking to, when people have phoned up Panini and asked for updates on their redemptions and stuff, you need to have replacements and stuff like that. So, yeah, we are getting people's Panini redemptions. So those Becky Lynches that people were after may actually get done at some point. Yeah. So lots of Chrome redemptions. That's pretty much it on that side of things. Just a small note, obviously the Topps Industry Conference has been on the last couple of weeks. There are some WWE cards if you want to get hold of them and autos, and I've seen Tiffy, Rey Mysterio and Bianca. I don't know if there's any more people in those kind of chat lists.
I saw Drew McIntyre.
Nice, okay.
Yeah. I saw him on there. And I was looking at it to try to see like, well, what are they running? But like I think I saw Tiffy was like around $100 on eBay. So
it's not bad.
No, it's not a bad price. It's just a little unclear like how many of these are floating around. Like they're not numbered. At least the one that I saw wasn't numbered. So it's like, well, how many are there?
Thing is though, I didn't mind the design of them either.
No, they're quite nice design. Yeah,
the photography of them was good. So yeah, they're winners. They really are. So they were obviously given out at the conference. We didn't. I should have mentioned it on the last show, to be honest, but I skipped over that point on the last show. So glad to put it in, Jamie. Thank you very much.
All right,
bit of tidying up.
I do think as well, like these kind of like convention industry type cards, like they do sometimes get overlooked. And the artwork is normally banging on them, to be honest, and they're always nice to kind of pick up a later date once it's kind of chilled down a little bit. So if you do piece any of those people, do keep an eye out for them. And then just going on to AEW Upper Deck stuff, I say sort of stuff. There's no AEW news at the moment. There's still no match day moments for the last pay-per-view. We've still got Grand Slam sitting there, no new E-packs. And I just guess an open question. Do you think we'll even get Double or Nothing at this point? It's the first time we've ever had a pay-per-view miss. So, yeah, very strange.
No, probably not.
What I might do, I might reach out to Billy and just ask if we're expecting any match day moments and what the story behind it is. But yeah, if we hear anything,
I was debating like going to Billy this week and saying, Billy, give us some kind of news from Upper Deck because our news section is so shit this week, man.
There's nothing there.
Just give us a nugget. Go on,
please, Billy.
Like just something.
Oh dear.
We know some stuff that he's doing, but we can't say it. And
we need to let us know, Billy. So,
exactly. Would be good.
So yeah, a bit of a strange
we need another WWE release. I mean, I know you guys talked about it on the last show. Like it's been a while since Chrome was released, and Sapphire was like a bomb, obviously. But I'm hoping that we get something soon from them because that's where all the new stuff will be coming from for WWE.
It's been a killer, to be honest. I think it's really impacting breaks at the minute with like breakers at the minute more than anything. Outside of our frustration, every time I go onto Whatnot now, it's I think people are struggling really, just because it's you can't have something like they released the first release of Chrome at the end of January. Well, we're coming up to June.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is it. I mean,
we've got a lot coming though. Like, I think it will all come at once, and we're all going to be like, "Whoa, that's a lot." You know what I mean? We're going to have. I think we'll have like set after set after set, to be honest. And yeah,
it's interesting, like seeing obviously, like you said, with breakers and stuff, like people who would normally be doing case breaks or like half cases, like their suppliers of Chrome and stuff is starting to now. Get lower known. They're doing just box breaks, or they're going back to blasters, or picking up like really random stuff. You think that's a big impact. Obviously, their big selling point is they're doing big stuff. So we need some WWE stuff at this point. I think we're all a bit itchy at this point, and sadly, the only thing that's itching us if we can't get Topps Now stuff is industry conference cards. So we'll see what happens. But that's it pretty much for card news. Not much else going on in the world. So, yeah, I mean, if there's no other card news, boys, I'm feeling a little bit thirsty, and I think we need to go and have a little bit of a break. So we're going to have an on-topic coffee break this time. Of course, we're joined by Kgust61. Kevin, I guess, most people who listen to the pod, obviously we've been talking about you for some time now, will probably be familiar with you. before we go into it, just run people through kind of who you are, if they don't know of you, who you kind of collect in cards, and kind of give a bit of profile on yourself before we dive into the world of Kgust61.
Yeah, sure. So I mentioned before, I'm in New Jersey. I've lived here for around 30 years or so, and a lot of activity on the East Coast with wrestling, and just to give you a little bit into like kind of like my background. I started watching when I was a kid. Like first Mania like time was when it became very popular for me. And then I had like a couple of like, I'll call them like little breaks from wrestling in my lifetime. So probably right around, sixth or seventh grade, I stopped watching wrestling for a little while, and then I came back into it when I was in college, and then I followed it for that time and after college for a little while, and then I took a little bit of break when my older girls were born from wrestling, and then I got back into it during the pandemic. And actually, that's when I kind of started getting into art as well, and like those things kind of came together. But like to tell you, like the kind of people that I collect, I have a lot of bad luck, I'd say, in terms of like who I picked to be the person I'm going to collect. So when I first got back, yeah, when I first got back into it, I started collecting Keith Lee, a lot of Keith Lee cards. In like 2021, I actually entered a break, and I hit the Keith Lee Superfractor, like 1 of 1 auto in a
Nice.
break. It was really cool, really exciting, and I was really excited about him as a wrestler. And then obviously, he was released by WWE, and then I was super excited when he went to AEW, and he had a great start there. And then obviously he faded off. So I haven't been collecting a lot of Keith Lee cards. I actually really one of my favorites right now, and the one that I try to get when I open packs and stuff is just like your guest last week or last episode. I like Roxanne. She's one of my favorites. She's actually the only like current roster performer, WWE star, whatever you want to call it, that follows me on Twitter. She follows me. I follow her, which is really cool. And but I like her a lot, but her cards are a little out of my price range. So at least for some of the really cool stuff. But yeah, that's who I like and who I like to collect. But what I really like to do is I really like to open packs. Like I love to get a hobby box and just open, and like of course it's great to get a really good hit or 2 or 3 or whatever in your hobby. But I like to collect like sets. I used to really like that a lot. Even in like the 2021 sets that were out, like they were collectible. Like you could build a set, from a hobby box. I'd say like when it went over to Panini, it was a lot harder to collect complete sets.
Yeah.
And that kind of took a little bit away from me in that regard. Like I love the shiny stuff. I love the numbered cards and the hits, but like I like to have a nice, in order in my card storage box, set, of cards that I'm collecting. So, but that's me as a collector, and that's kind of the way that I continue to go out there and look. Now, you guys got me going, though. I will tell you, because there's a section that coming up in our conversation around what we've been buying, and I hadn't bought anything in a while, so I started collecting something new. So I'll talk more about that when we get to that part of the
Nice.
of the podcast. The other thing I was going to do, if I didn't come up with that, was I was going to ask for you guys to maybe spin the wheel for me, like you guys did.
Oh, not the AW wheel.
to come up with a new thing to collect.
Lloydy's AEW wheel.
Have I still got it? I think so. Yeah, I've still got it.
I thought that was.
We'll do it on the purchases. We'll do it on the purchases.
Yeah. Save purchases.
Cool. Yeah. So then, just a little bit more, about me. I know I've sent you some voice clips and told you a little bit about my backstory, in terms of getting going, with card creation. So I really just started doing art, like this, the way that I'm doing it now during the pandemic. And I had some time on my hands, and I started creating, and I continue. You see people that collect my stuff, you'll see it in my stuff. Like the quality of the artwork gets better and better over time, because I'm learning more and more about how how to draw. I never like studied any type of like drawing or things like that, but I started to create and to get better at it. And like I take a lot of pride in the quality of what I do too. So like I want people to really like what's out there. It's not a high margin thing for me, but I know that like people like to collect it, and I like to make it, and I like to collect it too. I actually got a few of my cards in my basement, like framed out, like and I know that others do as well. But I started with the wrestling stars. I think you guys have seen those, and I know you guys have talked about them in the past. I did the autograph cards, like I mentioned earlier. They were. I still have a lot of autos actually available. They just the people, my customers, a lot of them bought them, but I do have a lot of those around. If anyone's ever looking for anybody that I've had out there, they're definitely available. But then I started doing the Rising Stars. I think that's really one of the biggest things that got me recognized. And I've always been big on, like, at least from collecting. I'm sure you guys as well. And I collected, other sports growing up, because there wasn't a lot of wrestling cards in the 80s that were around. So I collected a lot of baseball cards, and like always, like the rookie cards were always like super cool to get and to have. And so that's where like the idea of Rising Stars came from. And I wanted to, and I really loved like the Menko like design with the Japanese characters. And that was where that idea came from. And that's been probably the most well received. It's probably the most collectible. A lot of people really, really interested in it. I just had somebody reach out to me today. They're trying to get the Lexus King Rainbow, and they're trying to track down the cards. And I love to help people do that, because they like a superstar or whatever. But yeah, that's been really, really the one that I think everybody really recognizes, and I try to put out annually, and we'll be putting one out this year for 25. I've got like a draft set list, and I'm curious though, for you guys, like, is there anybody that you think absolutely needs to be included in Rising Stars 25?
I mean, is it Kevin Knight?
Kevin Knight's doing big things, isn't he? Yeah.
And he go well with the purple glasses as a design element to it, I think. But I don't know. Thing is, you always seem to get all the good ones anyway, mate. To be honest, it's just I'm just trying to think of the ones that you probably wouldn't. The obvious ones.
I mean, at some point, obviously, we're going to get Kingo appear in WWE. I mean, that's someone who hasn't had that many cards out, and it'll be a cool little piece to have.
Oh, you love Kingo, didn't you?
I love a bit of Kingo, yeah.
All right,
I'm
taking some notes.
Kyle
Fletcher.
Yeah. He's ugly though.
He's on the current set list. I can tell you that right now. He's on
ugly
there.
though. God, how have you made him look good? Why is he going out with Blue Sky Woman? Like, what is going on in the world?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, ask
if you guys good, Jamie.
No, because I'll say ask them Tommy as well. Tommy will definitely give you some names of people, because there's people that he has been waiting years for cards, and they just don't appear for a long while. So definitely reach out to Tommy.
Oh God, you get a list of Japanese ladies. You'll get a big list probably.
No, that's cool.
But I mean, yeah, it's difficult. I'm just thinking of TNA. Man like Darius. He's I think he's quite special. He's on TNA. He's been around. He's another one from Birmingham. But I would love, personally, my favourite. I'm a Bullet Club fan. So if you can ever give me a full set of Bullet Club, that would be amazing. Like full set of Bullet Club.
Kgust Bullet Club set. Oh yeah.
Through the years, Bullet Club through the years. Because they've had basically everyone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be amazing. I'd love that. Or just the leaders of the Bullet Club.
Your Kennys, your Styles, your Ballas.
I've been 6. I'm a big Jay White fan, you know what I mean? So I'm Bullet Club through and through. But I don't know. I'm
Cool.
just trying to think of anything else.
And go ahead, Jamie.
No, I was just gonna say, I think the Bullet Club would be really cool. But anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. So then the other thing, did you guys? I think Tommy probably ordered some, but did you guys ever get one of my playing card decks that I made? I know there were a few of them inserted into the hit packs. I know you guys got those, but the playing card deck, did any of you guys get that?
No, I missed it.
I don't want
I'll have
to
to
talk
send you
about
some.
it.
No,
Jamie, I don't want to talk about it, Jamie.
No, don't know.
No. So I did.
Right.
You know the last set that we got from you,
The hit packs.
The hit packs.
Yeah.
Mine got lost in the post.
No.
So yeah,
We've done all the div, we've done the draft, and I sent it out, and Lloyd arrived.
I lost everything basically. I lost the what's his name, the 1 of 1 gold back of Rick Rude, and those playing cards.
No.
Those I had 2 of those playing cards, and they were out of 2 as well, weren't they? Just is what it is, man. British Post, can't do anything about it.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fine, but when you say have you got them,
I just
hit hard.
Yeah, I just feel it's me hard too.
It's ways, man.
Yeah. So the last bit I have, I guess, is that I have a new set that I launched yesterday, actually. And thank you guys. Tommy placed an order. I'm guessing that's for all you guys. And you guys are going to get like the bundles. I hadn't ever done that before. I usually like to have a chase, but I decided because I've been so busy this year, I couldn't put together a set with a lot of different card options. I mean, there's 12 different cards, which to me it's not a lot for me. Like normally I'm like 18, 24 in a set, but because there was 12, I did offer it as a bundle, which meant that you could get every single card that was a base or variant or short print, and the lenticulars as well. Which I know a lot of people really like.
Jamie lenticular.
Rubbing my thighs. I love a lenticular.
Yeah. So I do still have, and I know plugs come at the end, but I do still have around 25 sets available that are single sets. You won't get every single card, but I will say that, like, if you, for instance, were to order 3 sets, you would get all the lenticulars, you would get all the variant cards. You wouldn't get the short prints because they are true short prints. There was only enough for the bundles, but you can get almost every single card with the sets that are out there. Is there any one of the cards that you guys are most excited about from what you've seen? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, let's break down the set. We always do a little bit of a set breakdown anyway on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go through the set.
Break it down, mate. Go on.
All right, so it's a 6-card base set, and it's in the style of my Superstars and Legends. And if you guys have seen those, it's got kind of like a very triangular shaped like background. Usually it's black and white, and then a third color. They accent the back of in the background behind the superstar. And so this set includes CM Punk. It includes Liv Morgan, John Cena, Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne Perez, and Jey Uso. I happened to pick a good set. I mean, I guess I didn't know probably at the time when I started it that like all the, like, for instance, that those would be our 2 champions, Cena and Uso from WWE. So yeah, that's the set. And then every card has a variant card as well. I continued on with the rewind card. So the first 3 cards I mentioned, Punk, Liv, and John Cena, they all have a rewind image, which is basically the start, somewhat of the start of their careers. So there's a younger version of CM Punk, Liv, from when she first came onto the scene, and then John Cena in the prototype look. So those are rewind cards. Those are then lenticulars as well, where you can flip the images. And then what I did with the other 3, because they're relatively newer. I mean, Jay's obviously been around a while, but I decided to go with my original wrestling card format, which is the wrestling stars. So it has has like the ring in the background and then the smaller image in the upper right corner. So I did that for the other three in the set. So Tiffy has one, and Roxanne and Jay. So that's that. And then there are short prints, image, just really gear variation colors for John Cena, Tiffy Stratton, and Jay Uso, which I think when you guys get those, you're going to be happy with those. The cards came out very good. And then I also I have hits that will be part of hit packs in the future state. There are, like puzzle backs and that for when we get to the charity time. I do appreciate what you guys did with that too, because that was a good donation that I was able to make to Surfers Healing. So that was really cool too. But those cards will be released later this year. Probably it'll be like those, and then hopefully the Rising Stars will be ready by that time, and we'll be able to have them both as part of the hit packs for 2025. So we'll carry that on as well. But that's kind of the set breakdown, and I'm happy with it. They came out really good. My only regret is that I wish there were more cards in the set for everyone. But I wasn't able to get to it, and I just made the decision. I'm like, I've got to run this set. I gotta get these out there because, by the time things changed so much, I wasn't sure how things were gonna play out with WrestleMania and everything. So I'm just glad that everybody is that's in the set is still relevant or up and coming. So that's a plus.
And I mean, they went on sale yesterday, so they were 12 noon Eastern yesterday, 5 p.m. UK time yesterday. The complete bundles sold out. I know we picked up a few of them here in the ATP group, but obviously they sold out pretty much immediately. And so you've only got 25 quick of the 60 left. So, I mean, they are selling really well in the first 24 hours, aren't they?
Yeah, it's been good. Actually, I ran a lot less this time in the print run, which I think, again, makes them a little bit more collectible. But Superstars and Legends 24, I have a lot of sets left. What happened is that everybody was really into the Rewind set, and that also came with the Samantha Irvin and Logan Paul card that I know you guys really like. That was a short print, and once those sold out, I'd say the momentum of the set slowed down a lot. But I still have a lot of those left, so I shortened the print run this time. Plus, there's a little bit less cards, and I think I've sold about the same amount of sets in this that I did of the other one as well. So it's been really well received. I think like Topps, I've been struggling to get products out, so people were ready to buy something new, and I think, like I said, I think you guys will be really happy with them. I did. I started kitting them up and get the hits together. So you guys are going to have. I'm wondering how you guys are going to do it this time. You guys are going to get 19 hits, I think, as part of your order. So I'm interested to see what you guys do with that.
To be honest, Tommy normally gets it, and then I normally sort out the way of doing it. Generally, yeah, it's kind of my thing. So I don't know. We'll see what the guys want to do as well. If they want to do hit draft, don't have to. If they don't want to, we'll see. We'll when we get them across, we'll make that judgment. But I don't know what everyone's going to be wanting, to be honest, because I want the Uso one, even though Tiffany is drawing my eyes for some reason. I can't tell you why. The Jey Uso, the image variation is the pink T-shirt.
Yeah,
it is.
I really want that. I've got that T-shirt. That
comes in the bundle. Yeah, that comes in the bundle. So, like I said, there's only 18 of those printed. So it is a true short print, and you guys are gonna get that in your bundle. So I'm glad cool. You're able to. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to grab those. It did come out nice. You'll see when you get them in hand. They're good. They look good.
So just obviously, I know you've been doing it for years. Can you pick out what your favorite card that you've done, or what's been one of your favorite things that you've done out of all your collections? I know you mentioned you've got some framed. I guess they're your favorites that you've done.
Yeah, I have. So I mentioned to you before, like about the charity stuff. So like the puzzle back is very close to my heart, because my one of my oldest daughters, she's on the autism spectrum, and she loves like the surfing, the surfers healing surfing. So that's why I chose that as a charity, for me. But like, so I've got a whole bunch of those up in my basement. And then I have the autos too. The autos were super cool for me because I got to meet a lot of the superstars as part of the process. That was really, really cool. I remember the first one that I did was with Haku, and like he was really cool, really nice to work with. And again, like I had a really good experience with a lot of them. It's actually kind of interesting because with the art, you know, some people don't. Some of the superstars don't like it, and I'm not gonna name names, but I've had a couple people refuse to sign the cards because they don't want to endorse something that like they haven't been like paid to have their image used. So that's kind of like one of the things that it has rubbed me the wrong way. But I like those. I would say, like, if I were to pick like a single card of mine that I really like, and not to be biased to you guys, but I really do like the way that Logan Paul card came out with him holding the Prime bottle.
The only Logan Paul card still at the moment.
I'll tell you the story behind that card is that we go, my family, we go to Disney World pretty much annually. And when we go, we do like the matching T-shirt like thing. So we decided a couple years ago that we were going to do my art was going to be featured on the shirts for like that day. So my daughter, she's 7 now. I think she was 5 back then. She's like she really wanted Logan Paul, and like I was planning on using the Superstars and Legends design with the back, and I didn't have it, and I was like, well, I could use the image at the one that I already drew, but I'm like, sometimes when I draw them, I think about it, and I'm like, I want to do this again, and I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. So that was what got me to draw that card, was because she wanted to have Logan Paul on her shirt for our Disney vacation. So that's what got me to draw that, and both my daughters actually chose that for their shirt. So that's what got me to redraw Logan. I mean, so soon after, and I'm really, really pleased with the way that one turned out. That's one of my favorites for sure.
I've just thought KSI and Speed as a lenticular, both in a Prime bottle.
What, Prime and then non-Prime?
No, both like on the same lenticular, both, because they've both been in the Prime bottle, haven't they?
Yeah.
But one side is Logan Paul, one side is Speed, and one side is KSI.
Yeah.
But still in a Prime bottle.
That's a really good idea.
There you go. Like,
just a face change.
Don't write that one down. It's not a good idea.
Well, you know what the thing is too is like with the Rising Stars 25 coming out. So I've done 48 cards. So
oh, wow.
Chelsea Green was number 48, the last card in 24. So this set, I was like, okay, I know I've been really busy, so like doing 18 cards is going to be really tough. So I'm like, maybe I'll do 12. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes me land on 60. So I got to do one more to make it 61. So I'm trying to think who should be card number 61. That's one of the things I've been trying to think about and figure out, because I want it to be somebody special, somebody that I really like, but also like somebody that I think people will be excited about too. So I'm still pending on that one, but yeah, I'm looking for ideas and thoughts on that too.
So when can we expect them to see Rising Stars 2025 in that case?
Yeah, typically it's around, I would say, late September, early October is typically when I get finished with the set. I do have, like I said, a short list right now. I've started one of the cards, but I haven't. The way I get it done is I have to make a schedule for myself with an end date in mind, and then I have to plan, and then that helps keep me on track. So that I've still got to build that, but usually it's end of September, early October that they'll be available. I like to have them out, and then that'll give me some time to do some hit packs at the end of the year, like I did last year. It's a good way to raise some money for charity, and like I think like stocking stuffers and things like that for the holidays for people that like to collect. It's another good way to do that. So that's my timeline, I think. I hope. But yeah, so expect it. 13 card set, lucky number 13.
Nice. Happy days.
And rest assured, what you're doing is the God's work, because like if you think about it as well, you probably don't know what sometimes the effect of what your work does. There's a guy in our group called Matt. We love Matt. And when your last set came out, the Rising Stars set came out last, you had Javon Evans in it. He now PCs Javon Evans because of your
so many of those cards.
He got. I think he pulled from the break that we did 3 or 4.
Yeah,
and
we
then,
traded all sorts with him.
And we traded. He got like 3 or 4, and then since then, but like going into tops, he's now PCing and doing rainbows of Javon Evans. It's lovely to see. So yeah, it's the influence that you're having right now is very fun. It's good times, man. We love it.
No, and cool. I say we love your work. I say we always buy into it. We love the designs, what you're doing, and then Ticklers sliding in there last couple of years. Yeah, keep up the good work on that. Like
literally, there was 2. I think there was 3. We did a show, like I think it was like number 40 something, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and there was two people that we mentioned. Luke the card artist, who now works for Upper Deck, and yourself as being card creators, custom card creators in the background that not a lot of people are seeing or knowing about, but like they'd see your card, but they wouldn't necessarily know where it's from, etc. And I just think you're like, over the last couple of years, you've just gone from strength to strength, and everyone knows your cards now. Like, it's not a secret anymore. You know what I mean? So we're very honestly, just to see you grow so much within the hobby as well. It's been absolutely fantastic to see, mate. So
yeah, thank you.
Love it.
Yeah, and like you guys mentioning it obviously gets it recognized, and there's a couple of others that I know that are out there that will, like, there's one guy, he just ordered some of the sets just this afternoon. He's the last order that I saw before I joined this, but he does like a write-up on them on a website where he kind of like does this whole like review of it, and that's been really, really cool too. And like it's one of those things, like it's kind of cool, like to go onto eBay and see my stuff on there, and people are buying it. You know, that they're going out and trying to get their hands on, let's say a Julia, card, or Steph Care like numbered card. That's been another one that's been really popular lately. Yeah. Is that one from last year? But yeah, it's really cool to, and then like sometimes I'll go on and I'll see and maybe I'll find one that I'll buy back. Like I buy back sometimes. That's cool, if I see something that of mine that I like, a low number that I like, and I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna buy that back because it's a cool one that I can put in there. Actually, one of the cool things, I just to mention one last time, is that I actually have a card, my Haku Auto, that's in a slab that it was graded by PSA.
No
and
way.
That's cool,
yeah, that somebody, and it's graded as an autograph is graded, like it's authentic auto, because they won't grade like cards that aren't from the major companies. No. But I have one in a PSA slab that it's pretty cool. Yeah, that I saw on eBay one time when I was just checking to see what was out there, and I grabbed it and got it back.
That's really sweet.
I'm still waiting for your cards to hit ComC. I know it's possible. It's going to happen at one point. It's like I keep looking. I like every couple of weeks, I put your name in it just to see.
That'd be cool.
It'll happen, man.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Like Rising Stars, the first set, it sold out. So the original Rising Stars sold out. Actually, somebody bought a lot of my inventory at the end. Got a lot of really good cards in the numbers and all that. Like I sold it all off at the end, not knowing what I had there. I wish I would have hung on. There's a Roxanne Perez 1/1 that was in that went to that last buyer. But and now Rising Stars 24 is almost sold out. I only have 11 sets left. So people actually bought more during this last sale. People still buy them, and it's pretty cool.
I think it's a testament as well that not a lot of your stuff gets on the resale, and I think that is a testament that the people you're selling it to are collectors,
passionate
and they're passionate about it, and they want to collect you, and they want to keep you. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it would be lovely to see, you know, your stuff going out for higher prices, you know, like for other people to collect. And I'm sure it will, but I think a lot of your collectors are actually true hobby collectors
and
that
like
love
the design.
Yeah, love it. So it's really cool, man.
And that's what makes it very rewarding for me, is knowing that like people are truly enjoying what I put together, and and appreciative of all that.
That's cool, man.
Stuff. So we'll share also all the details at the very end, and we'll also put a plug on our social media as well for you, Kevin, because if anyone doesn't want to, if anyone hasn't picked up yet, that came out yesterday, they will sell out very, very soon. So I mean, should we go on to talking about obviously buying and selling bits and pieces? Should we move on to our purchases, breaks, razzes, misses, and all that? Do you think?
Yeah, go on, mate.
So let's run through quickly. I've got a few this week. I'll start things off just to route through what I've got, because obviously I missed last time this episode being away. So
on the beach,
I picked up a few bits and pieces. Some e-pack stuff that I'd kind of sold, and I went on a bit of a Leaf Heroes auto kind of pickup. So I had to pick up a Sabu. Now, it was only $14 last Friday. Thought, I won't worry about getting that. And then, obviously, over the weekend, it dropped, went up to $60, and they're still going up. So, actually, the most expensive Leaf Heroes auto I've actually picked up, even more expensive than Cody Rhodes. So, that's, I guess, the way it goes. But then got in a bit of a panic mode, and then thought, well, I need to pick up some more. So I picked up a Jimmy Hart and a Perry Saturn just in case.
Just in case they go. Preemptive strike.
Well, you just think, it sounds a bit horrible, but you kind of think, I don't be out of pocket too much picking up this whole base set. So
anyone who's getting on a bit, just make sure.
Get them first, and then focus on the younger guys afterwards. So Hulk Hogan's a big one I need to go after, so I might have to try and get him next. But
prices are just going down and down these days, man.
Yeah, but will they go up one anyway? Regardless, so let's move on from the dark side of that collecting. But that's what I've picked up this week. So, Lloydy, what have you been picking up?
So, I was just going to take you through, because I still think people are sleeping on EPAC AEW 2024. I've written out a list of, let me just find it, of kind of like everything I've been getting and hitting over the last couple of weeks and months.
Do you want some background music?
Yeah, Sad Hulk maybe for my wallet. I don't know, but like 100, like out of 100 exclusives, MJF, which is a big one to hit. But Penta, Tony, Thunder Rosa, Nick Wayne, yet again, his prices are still ridiculous in a minute. Blackpool Combat Club, Jeff Hardy, Athena, Best Friends. So they were all out of 100. I remember opening the other sets, and it was like, if you hit one out of the hundreds, you'd be lucky. Now, these are just coming out like anything. And then going up from then, I've only hit one mem, which is mad. I've hit the manufactured patch relics, like the Lucha Bros and Willow Nightingale, but I only hit one out of 49 red t-shirt relic, which was Mr. Singh, which I love. Mr. Singh. I've got a little PC of Mr. Singh. Out of 49 breakouts, I hit the Penta 49, the bookend 49. I just sold that actually on ComC for $65.
Nice.
Happy days. I got Soraya as well. The Heroes and Heroines purple to 25 Samoa Joe. The red outburst out of 25. I love these red outbursts out of 25. I think they're great. I've hit Penta, which I've sold. I think I got $50 for that as well. Statlander and Prince Nana. Out of 10 high gloss, I've hit the Will Ospreay this week, which is insane.
Nice, that's a really good card.
And I also hit Samoa Joe. That's his rookie card, right? Like 2024 is the official rookie card of Will Ospreay, even though I don't really class it as his rookie card because he's had loads. But that's mad. And autos wise, I've hit the Billy Starks rookie card base auto, the Orange Cassidy base auto SP, Cope base auto SSP, Rush Pyro auto out of 10, and MJF Dynamite auto out of 5. And I'm not buying many boxes of this, guys.
I'll say, is it boxes or single packs? Or what are you doing?
3 boxes, and the majority of just singles.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, they are so really loaded.
I've never seen a product with so many. I got so many hits out of a product from Upper Deck, from like or Tops. To be honest, it's just ridiculous. It's just been flowing out. Granted, people have had the opposite effect on this as well. They've probably put in a lot of money and got fuck all out of it. I apologise if that's your experience, but for me, I just think it's ridiculous. Like, it's just been flowing out, and there's so many because there's so many rookies in there as well, and there's so many big cards in there. I think I've said to myself, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to get a couple of boxes a month potentially, but I'm going to continue on until I hit a 101, and then I'll be like, yeah, I've done it now. I can't hit anything higher than that now. I'll regress.
Oh, you should do Wes's Magic, mate. Do it at live show.
No, I mean, yeah,
Wes 101 Magic.
Well, he did hit 101, the printing plates. I'm not sure where I sit with 1-of-1 printing plates being a 1-of-1 hit. You know what I mean? It's difficult because you've got different layers, haven't you? You've got different colours. You got 1-of-1 printing plates. You've got auto printing plates, 1-of-1s. You've got autos, 1-of-1s. You've got just the base card 1-of-1s. So there's different layers. It all depends on what you kind of define as being of 1-of-1.
Like an onion, mate. Like an onion.
It is like an onion, but I still count. Don't get me wrong. I still count printing plates as 1-of-1s. That if it says 1-of-1 on the back, it's a 1-of-1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll see. But outside of that, I did pick up so last time I said I have the Cena Celebration cards. I pulled the Hustle. Well, there's like 25 of them, but they've all got Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect on them. I pulled a Hustle. I got Loyalty from ComC the last time we spoke on the show. And I bought myself a little bit of Respect as well.
No.
If anyone's going to buy it, it's going to be me buying my own Respect. So I've got it here. It's with him wearing Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect, coming back on the Royal Rumble,
doing the Emma hands.
Yeah, doing the point is pointing. It's pointy. So yeah, very happy. I didn't need to get. I've got so much to come back from ComC. I need to do it before all of the tariffs come out at some point. I'm not sure how we're going to be hit by these tariffs anymore now with all the deals that have gone on. But and one other thing, just a thank you as well to Adam Anwar. So I obviously gave him a Carla Rowley card the other day, and he sent me his Pokemon card, which he's done. There's a bit of autograph on there, nice. A leaflet with his autograph on, a cheers, and also our good friend Velveteen Dream. Please Kevin, if you're going to make one card, make a Velveteen Dream card, because we love him on the show. And it just says, he's written on it, people said I was the Prince of Wrestling. Turns out I was just Michael Jackson. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Velveteen Dream, good statement.
Yeah.
You've been busy then?
Yeah, there's loads of stuff. I got a lot of stuff on ComC as well, which a couple of autographs that I've and a miniature PC as well that I started off, but I'll do that next show because I don't think I'm going to be buying much more until next show. That's it from me.
So, Kevin, what have you been picking up?
Yeah, I decided to go out because, like I said earlier, I hadn't bought. I got some Chrome product. I was lucky enough to get a hobby of that, and that was kind of the last thing I had bought for wrestling. And so I started to go out and see what was out there. Like I said, I kind of was thinking, well, who do I like? And I like Roxanne, but the prices seemed a little too high even for the Chrome stuff that's been out a while. So I went after was I don't know if you guys watch NXT that closely, but I really kind of like No Quarter Catch Crew, like that little group. So I went and I grabbed a few Chrome autos. I got a Tavian Heights out of 25 for just under $20. I got a couple of Ren Sinclair out of 150, and then also the Geometric. I got those. One was the first one I mentioned. The 150 was like $30, and then the Geometric was about $22. And then I grabbed Charlie Dempsey. He was in my Rising Stars 23. I'm a big fan of his dad's when I was younger watching wrestling. So I got his out of 150 for $16. I also grabbed the Geometric for just around $10. So I thought those were pretty good prices. And then just earlier today, I was trying to find any Miles Bourne autos out there. I was able to get a Chrome Sapphire auto, not numbered. It was about $19, and then the Geometric as well for $17. So I'm just starting a little No Quarter Catch Crew PC here all of a sudden. But yeah, that's what I went out and grabbed.
Nice. Cheap plug. I might reach out to you, Kevin, see if you wanted my Charlie Dempsey PC, because I'm moving away from Charlie Dempsey. So yeah.
Oh, okay. That'd be cool.
Miles Bourne is he's partially deaf, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah. Because Tommy PCs him, doesn't he? Yeah.
It's mad, really, isn't it, if you think about it? Because
actually wrestling.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they have that, the way they speak to each other is like, you will obviously hear it if you haven't ever heard it. It's the whisper. They do this it's like they talk to each other normally, but it's so shallow. It's like almost ventriloquism kind of thing. It's like so weird to actually hear them do it. Like, yeah, it's strange.
And the refs don't also talk English. Sometimes they'll speaking what I heard an interview with Jimmy Corderas, and he said they kind of talk Carney, so they like also make it more difficult as well. So it must be really tough for him. I
don't know. Maybe it's a lot of pokes and punches of stuff that you need to do. I don't know. Like, I don't know how he gets round it, basically. But I don't know. Good on him.
Nice.
Crazy. Right, Kevin, do you want to spin the wheel? Like a AEW. Right, I'm going to spin the wheel, and it's going to be some random person. We're going to have to do it again. This normally happens on the wheel spin. Could take a while.
One free spin.
Oh God! Well, I'll get. It's come up as Darius Martin. We can spin again. Okay. We can. Do you want to spin again? Let's spin again. Sure. Let's remove him off the wheel. I heard he's not a nice person, to be honest. So,
he doesn't just need to be PC'd then.
Just on the gossip front. Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
Oh yeah,
Harley Cameron,
rising star as well. That could be.
Yeah, definitely on the list for 25. I will tell you. So that's a good one.
There you go.
That's a really good one.
She's your girl.
Keep us posted as well what you pick up.
Yeah, that's quite funny actually, because I know Trav just picked up my mate Trav, who I mentioned a lot on the show. He just picked up her high gloss from the latest series. So yeah, she's. I know Chris PCs her a bit as well. So you're in good company with Harley Cameron. She's quite expensive as well, isn't she? She's not cheap at the minute. So
I think we're going to have a new feature on this show where we get people to give us an update on who they've got on their AW spin and what they've picked up from that people as well.
Yeah, they're still doing it. I haven't heard anything from Johnny Tancredi yet about, because he picked up Anna J, so he's got to say something. He hasn't said anything on the show if he's bought anything from her yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, I picked up a few more Lance Archers, and I've got a few one-of-ones I'm watching as well on eBay. So yeah, cool. It's all good. Cool. So let's move on to our final section then. So we get into our E products. So we'll start things off with Top Slam. So I've been off Top Slam a little bit over the last few weeks. So I have gone on this weekend and just had a kind of quick look through. But as always, we've got our normal monthly backlash. So this one we've got kind of your pay-per-view ones with the simple design, which is kind of what we come to expect with the Slam app now at this point in time. But we've also got backlash icons and villains with the Viper background.
Yeah, before that, I like the simple backlash, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got nothing against it.
Nice.
It's fine. Yeah, it's good.
I liked it. I think it was quite cool. It was. I liked the relic in the corner. It felt like an actual trading card. You know what I mean? It didn't feel out of place.
3D.
Yeah, it was nice.
I guess actually, before we get into it, Kevin, do you play Top Slam or do anything on Top Slam, or are you more physical?
Yeah, I prefer the physical cards. But it seems really cool. I know a lot of people are into it and collect it. I never really got into it, and I know you guys have done a couple of bits on it. And I guess maybe from before it came back. You know, I think Lloydy, you said that you had a ton of stuff on there that you were kind of excited that it was coming back. But yeah, I haven't gotten into it. Like, as somebody who maybe is a collector. Like, why do you guys like it? I'm just curious. Like, what about it? Like, am I missing out? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
Well, that's the thing for me, is that I think everything has its place, and with this is that I always saw a lot of this back in the day, and like a lot of the popularity since it's been back, especially around having the virtual cards of Topps Chrome. Which is cool because you can own the physical and the virtual card of it. It's quite cool. It's like having an NFT of it, I suppose. But for me, when it was before they obviously lost it and it went to Panini, they used to give us cards that you could only dream about, like having the Rock autographs on booklets with John Cena and stuff like that. We could never even imagine that happening back in the day.
And fantasy stuff, yeah.
It was very like anything's possible now, but like back then, it felt very like amazing. And to be honest, as well, like it's nice to have like physical. You can have like cards. Like I squirrel them away like a squirrel with like nuts for the winter. I don't like anyone to see them. I don't even like me looking at them half the time. But I don't display them anywhere. I can see where people would display them and have them out and stuff like that. It's cool. For me, with this kind of stuff, like I collect something and I could just have it on my phone and I can just look at it anytime I want to. I can trade with people. I could sell it if I really wanted to, because like people sell via eBay and they get good money for it. So all those mechanisms are there. It's just getting your head around that you don't have it physically in your hand. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't do the physical stuff with it. But I don't know. I found it was heartbreaking when it left, because you just thought like all that money is just been archived away. You can still view it, but you can't do anything. You can't trade. You couldn't sell. It was just archived in a Topps app. and it was like, oh God, have we all wasted this money? And now it's come back. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's amazing. Pump money into this now. People have spent thousands on this. I haven't been one of them. I've been quite sensible with it, really. I've enjoyed it. I opened a pack the other day, which we'll get to at some point. And yeah, I had like 2 legendary cards in it. And I was like, wow, fantastic, great. Legendary is like the top tier that you can have. It's like a tiered system. Iconics are like the secondary and then super rare and stuff like that. And the global count of the cards are less normally in those areas and make them more collectible and stuff. So it's been lovely to see it come back. It's been frustrating at times. But I'm glad we live in a world where we have an option of it. It's not for everyone. I get that. But if you want to do it, it's cool. Because
the designs are really nice as well. Like, they are pretty kind of looking cards. I think if you enjoy just kind of like art in general and just enjoy the designs, I think it's worth having a dabble just to kind of see what they look like and just kind of see what they have done in the past. Yeah. Definitely download the app and even just have a look and see what you ever feel with anyway.
You're on Havoc, I think.
Yeah, so we'll go through. So obviously we had Viper with a Viper design. So, and these ones have been around for a little while. So we've had Havoc, we've also had Inception, and we had come through this week Tag Team Turmoil. So they're kind of like your sort of normal sets throughout the month. What's your thoughts been on these so far? Nah,
I mean, like Havoc, I didn't really pay much attention to, but Inception have been the big it's so expensive, it's ridiculous. It's like it was so much money to plow into it for a chance to get a 1 of 1 or a 1 out of 3. It was ridiculous. The cards are lovely. I like the volcanic design on them.
They're really nice.
And the fire and the brimstone. Loved it, but I didn't hit big on it. I opened a couple of packs of it, but I said, like, you could go down that rabbit hole, get nothing, and spend a lot of money, to be honest. So, but it was lovely to see it there. Like, it was a big talking point for a time, but they did a lot of relic, like black t-shirt relic with their autograph on top of it, kind of thing. And I always see that kind of stuff on cards, and I'm like, yeah, not for me. It's like a black relic t-shirt with their autograph on it. I'm like, okay, not for me. But tag teams was cool. I like that. I like they've started to add demolition back into stuff again now.
Yeah, they've signed the Legends doing, haven't they? So
which I love. Oh, I have to talk about Inception as well before we go on.
Yeah.
I missed this point and it fucking infuriated me last week. Snooker.
Yes, yeah.
They've put snooker in it.
Snooker snuck into it.
What the fuck?
It's very peculiar. I do wonder if this is going to be just a blip and then it doesn't appear, but I've not seen any kind of backlash from it online or anything like that. So, yeah, we'll see. But I think he has snuck in there a little bit. But yeah, I hope it's not going to be a trend that we're going to start seeing going forward. And then, yeah, just finishing off kind of like the normal bits and pieces. So we mentioned this earlier on around tops now. We've had no physical tops now you can buy, but we have had Pat McAfee and Cena on Top Slam. So, we should really be seeing these in physical, but currently not available on Topps' website. So, yeah.
And we had Mystic as well that came out.
Oh, Mystic, yes.
Yesterday. I love that design. Really nice. I really enjoyed that rip, to be honest. Cheap rip. So I got 2 legends out of it. Fantastic. I got Cody and Charlotte. And then somebody traded me Charlotte for Jacob Fatu and a load of Iconics. So I was just like, yeah, I'll have those. Thank you very much. I'm never going to PC Charlotte. So, So that was cool. I really enjoyed that design. I to be honest, I think it was slow starting, but the last couple of releases they've done, I've actually really enjoyed their designs. To be honest, I think they've really knocked it out of the park.
And then going through into obviously the more premium ones. So a Spring Breakout. So this is a design that's got flowers and sort of eggs and bits and pieces all around it for summer breakouts, and it's all got cage background behind it. So if you want something a bit more floral, that's available for you. We've got the
I
John
like that as well. I really enjoyed
very
that.
Eastery.
I like the Obafemi card of that. I think that's quite cool.
Then we've got I think this is probably one of our sort of earlier one of the first ones we've had when it comes to limited releases. So the time is now, the John Cena tribute set. It's been around a little while.
We talked about that on the last show.
Yeah, I was going to say, because obviously there's a 500,000 limit, so it's going to be a long time before. So although they say it's limited, it's going to be a long time. So yeah, very, very odd.
It's a bit limited, yeah. Yeah. That's a money pit, that one. Don't go into that one, guys. No.
And then we have In the Name, and we've also got Penance, which I think is our first die cut that we've had within Top Slam. Correct me if I'm wrong, obviously you've been on it a lot longer than I have, but this is the triangular pennant. So
we've had die cuts for a long time.
Okay.
Lots of different, like back in the day, but it's the first. I think it's the first one we've had one since we've been back
in the new line.
But yeah, they used to do like everything that you can imagine. They have actually done in Slam, like between 2016 and 2022. We're just getting generally rehashes of everything, but back slowly, like really, really slowly. But it is cool. I like these. I like these kind of things. I like the fact that they do die cuts and bits and pieces. I love the tilt cards, the lenticulars that they've done. You know, like, nice. I think they're very smart people when they do this stuff. So it's cool.
And then, last on the list this last couple of weeks, so we've had Hidden Treasures come through as well. So, Top Slam still being quite busy, still a mix of stuff on there. But as Lloydy said, the more premium ones, obviously, they're quite expensive, but they are really nice designs.
Yeah.
Lloydy, over to your kind of side of things. Obviously, Evo, the NFTs, obviously, they've been pumping out a lot of stuff, and there's also some sort of bonus stuff you can get now as well, isn't there?
Yeah, so April's Moments have been released, and you can get Brody King, Swerve, and April and Osprey for April's Moments. They're all against other people, and the versions of them go down to 101s, which I think is cool. Plus, there's an auto redemption that you can claim for physical of Orange Cassidy. I love that they do this. This is really cool. So when, like, Kevin, when you're talking about stuff like this now, like you've got NFTs, you have a chance of actually getting physical cards out of the packs that you're ripping as well. So that's cool. You know,
that is cool.
How limited they are. How limited they are, I don't know. But, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you,
and it's a big name as well. Like
Slam, if Slam ever had it, if they have, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but if Slam ever had ones that they would print or.
No, I mean, the only thing that they've done recently as part of Chrome is that they put in a redemption for a hobby box.
As a hit, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they did like, I can't remember how many it was, Jamie. It's like 200?
Yeah, it was a limited number,
maybe less. But you had to be...
That's cool.
But you had to have an American address in order to claim it, though. You couldn't, I couldn't have pulled it over here without having an American address to send it to. So I think that's a bit of a jip because Slam is worldwide, you know what I mean? So it's what it is. I don't know anyone who pulled one. I saw the ticket stubs. It came in like a ticket stub, basically. So I thought it was quite cool as well. But yeah, like these things, especially with Evolution, they have done stuff with like they've got like gear relic kind of NFTs that they do, and if you completed them, you can actually get physical stuff, like physical relics out of it and stuff like that. And I think that's quite cool. Upper Deck have always been very good. AEW stuff has always been very good for achievement level stuff, and
put the effort in, you get something back. Yeah,
it normally results in you getting something out of it. So and they do that with Evo. My only gripe with Evo, they still haven't fixed the PayPal payment option. For fuck's sakes, guys, what are you doing?
It's been like 7 weeks, isn't it? 7 or 8 weeks.
Mate, it's been ages. It's doing my nutting. So we had, Kevin, just to reference, when this first started out, you could only pay by credit card. And myself and Chris tried to sort that out with our credit cards. And I think it just didn't like, internationally, for some reason, it didn't like our credit cards. And then all of a sudden they started doing PayPal, and that worked. And I was like, yes, PayPal, fantastic. I spent a shed load of money on it, loved it, absolutely fantastic. And then the PayPal option just vomited out. I reported it. It got taken down, and I was like, great, they're going to put it back up again. Spoke to Billy about it. Yeah, I'll put a word in for it, and nothing has happened, and I'm fuming. So we still report on the AEW Evolution and stuff, but you're making it very hard for me to report on it, guys. But I'd love like if they ever need any kind of ambassador for the Evolution side for AEW, I would love to do it.
He's on his box.
I love, Jamie, since we started, I've always loved the digital stuff, and I'd always support it because I just love a different avenue of collecting. But you're making me very hard when I can't even get the fucking stuff, guys. Come on. But hey.
It needs it. But yeah, no, there's some good stuff coming out of Evo. So again, if you've dabbled in NFTs when Penny's done a try, you want to do a bit of AEW, then as already said on the show before, definitely give it a go. So
Onyx is the best set that in my favourite set that's come out of AEW, physical, or I know we know Billy, so I have to tread the line quite softly here. But it's my favourite set. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's really cool what they did with that set.
It's really nice.
And it's like $30 for a couple of cards, digital cards. I don't give a fuck. I think it's beautiful, some of the stuff that they've done. So anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, really, really cool stuff. So yeah, check it out if you are a fan. And that brings us to the last bit of the show. So I guess, Kevin, before we do our usual plugs and bits and pieces, just give everyone a quick shout as to where your web address is, where people can find you online, and obviously the final plug for what you got available.
Yeah, sure. So you can find me. I'm most active on Twitter, but my handle is Kgust61, and I have the same handle on Instagram as well. I'm not as active on there. I get in a lot of trouble actually from my wife, because she's very active on there, and she sends me all these reels and stories to look at, and I never look at them. And then she'll be like, I sent you something. And but yeah, so that's where I am. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. You can find my shop. It's a site for artists called Big Cartel, but it's my shop address is Kgust61.bigcartel, all one word, so BIGCARTEL.com. And that brings you right to my shop. I've got a few things that are still up. Like I said, I have a few Rising Stars 24 remaining. I also have Superstars and Legends 24. Got plenty of those available. And then there's just like 25 sets left of the Superstars and Legends 25. There will be more coming this year. Rising Stars 25. It will be out, like I said, hopefully late September, early August. August, early October. You guys will get those, I'm sure, and hear about that as we get closer. And really cool. Give me a follow on Twitter. I typically I like to put out like happy birthday messages and stuff like that for the superstars, and I put my my artwork if I have it out there. So it's I try to keep it fun that way too. But thank you guys. Really cool to be part of the show. I've been listening, like I said, for many months now. But cool to be part of it. Thank you.
No, it's been a pleasure. Cheers, it's been an absolute pleasure. And again, if you want to find us on any of the social media, so again, we're on Instagram. We're at Squared Circle Relics Pod on Insta. You can also find us on Facebook. If you want to join the Facebook group, we've got our Squared Circle Relics Facebook group up there. You can come interact with the people over there. And again, if you want to find us, we are in the Card Tricks WhatsApp community. You can find our room within there. And also, if you want to find us over on X, Lloydy always looks after the X for us, Lloydy, don't you? We're SCR Pod over on X, but we don't do a lot with that.
Are we?
Hold it on. So yeah, if you want to do that, just obviously for Chris's benefit as well, if you want to check out his YouTube page, he's at Cambridge Trading Cards on YouTube. He's doing other bits and pieces a minute, but you can check out his latest videos of what he has dropped. And Lloydy, over you. Send us on our way.
Not much really. D_Lloydy boy on Instagram, and nobody fucking cares anyway. But outside of that, things are changing on the podcast ever so slightly soon. We can say that, right, Jamie?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, so keep your eyes and ears out for announcements that we're going to make, and it's all positive stuff. It's nothing negative here, guys. It's all good, and I think it will make us even closer to our community, which we're already very close to anyway. So I think that's really cool. Listen out for that. And outside of that, I don't think there's much else. Oh, congratulations, Crystal Palace, for winning the FA Cup.
Yep.
And hopefully we win the Eurovision Song Contest tonight. I don't know. I don't even know what our song is tonight. If it's anything like "Ya Ya Ding Dong," that'd be amazing. But I don't think it is. And that's it.
Nice.
Kevin, are you a fuck John Cena man or a love John Cena man?
I love him. I think this is one of those runs where I think we're going to look back on it and really appreciate this version. Right now, I think you guys touched on it a little bit. Like it's been a little bit dry since WrestleMania, so I'm hoping that they spice things up, get him some good opponents here in these final premium live events that he's going to be a part of. And like I said, I think we'll reflect back on it and be like, man, I'm glad we got that one last run.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's a good way to send us off.
Love John Cena.
So, love John Cena. See you later, guys.
See you later.
Cheers.